So tell me now, babes,
Mhm.
why was there a 6-minute limit on the shower where you used to live?
Because there was a timer and they wanted to conserve water, which I get, but and you can do a lot in the shower for 6 minutes, but you have to hustle, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, I like to luxuriate and take my time and enjoy myself in the shower.
I like a good, I don't know, 10 to 20 minutes, and that's about it. I don't stay there for an hour, but I know a lot of women and even men like to take hour-long showers, but I like 10 to 20 minutes at the most.
Your old landlords were kind of weird too.
Well, I don't know. I think for the most part we got along pretty well. One of them, I won't say who though. I've had some run-ins with this person, and in some ways it was a little bit difficult to get along with this person. I'll just say.
Yes.
We made amends. We made amends after that. And it was okay, but there was a couple times where I couldn't talk to this person because I was just afraid that that this person was going to get in my business. And
are you ever going to email them? Because didn't you guys make something to pact to stay in contact when you left, or no?
I mean, I'm sure that they're wondering how I'm doing. I should email them and see how they are. Because I haven't for a long time, and it's been a couple years now.
But traditionally, you don't like reaching out to people.
What? I never said that.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Well, I've noticed with you. What?
Bubs. Every time you say I notice with you, it's like you're making an assumption already.
Is that true?
No. I mean, I may not be reaching out as often as you do, but that doesn't mean I don't want to reach out to people ever.
Why are you tickling me?
I want to reach out and tickle you. Hey, you worry about how often you reach out to people, Bubs.
Oh my goodness.
Don't act like one of my relatives in my family who expects me to reach out to everybody.
All right, give me a kiss.
No.
All right, well then there's still people.
Hey! Okay.
All right, give me a kiss.
Honestly.
No, it's just something I've noticed, babes.
You have to go on it over and over again.
When I was reading that book the other day about that antisocial dude.
Hey!
What? Oh, you didn't let me finish my sentence.
What? Okay.
I'm thinking to myself, some of this sounds kind of familiar. What?
What are you trying to say, Bubs? I'm not antisocial. Bubs, come on. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, you say sorry.
Give me a kiss. Because you
Say sorry.
You booked the treaty.
Say sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't believe you.
Sorry that I'm dating antisocial Jay.
I am not antisocial.
Give me a kiss.
Bubs, really?
And in some ways, living with them might have been a good lesson about Christianity for you. Because if memory serves me correct, they were looking for a good Christian woman to live with them. What?
Are you making fun of me again?
No, I'm not. And am I correct on that? Or am I wrong?
Yes, they were looking for another Christian woman to live in their extra bedroom.
What do you think of their form of Christianity?
Why?
I'm just curious.
Well, I mean, what other forms are there?
Well, I don't know how they practice, babes.
Well, I don't really tend to talk about my my landlord's spiritual practices.
Okay.
I mean, they went to church, they read their Bibles, they homeschooled their daughter for many years, and they always made decisions together. They didn't just make decisions independent of each other,
Mm-hmm.
because they felt that that's how husbands and wives should do that. And they were just very very polite and generous people.
I thought that you bought all their food.
No. I bought ingredients.
Okay.
I bought ingredients because if I was going to eat with them. I don't really want to talk about that, Bubs.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I bought ingredients for them for a while, and then it just got expensive, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Nice. Are they gonna get into the good place, do you think?
I would hope so. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think so. I mean, that's not my I don't have the authority to decide that initially.
Oh.
I would hope that they will. I think that they will. Judging by how they are.
Yeah.
And they're not perfect people too, but they really have done the best to show especially their daughter what it means to live as Christians. I mean, they do the best that they can.
Nice.
Yeah. I do think, in all honesty, they were so kind to let me in because they didn't know anything about me. They just did a search. I think they put an ad somewhere, and I just happened to apply for it. Say that I want it because I was desperate to look for somewhere to live, and they took me in for 8 years. So.
Nice. Very good there, Jaylo.
But when it was time for me to move, I really felt like it was time for me to move. Like, okay, I've been here long enough. I need to go.
Yeah, spread your wings.
Spread my wings, yeah. And I'm a better person for living here for 2 years. Yeah. Yes.
So I've been doing a lot of research into universities over the past week. I don't know why.
Okay.
But the other day I was curious.
Yep.
What's the university with the most Nobel Prize winners there?
Uh-huh.
And from what I could read, apparently, I might be getting this wrong. I was a little bit confused about how they do the math, but the way I think they do it is they count the number of Nobel Prizes of everybody who's ever taught there before, at least in this list I was reading. So they were saying in total, Harvard is number one with 161 Nobel Prizes that have been won by people who have taught there.
Really?
I hope I'm getting that right.
Huh.
I forgot what number 2 was, but it might have been Stanford, but it only had 100. So Harvard is way in the lead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
I've always been fascinated by Harvard. I was once, babes, chasing after this girl, and my competition was a Harvard graduate.
Really?
Did I ever tell you that?
No. Where was this?
I don't want to give too many specifics. This was more than a decade ago, though.
So you were in your early 20s then?
I was in my mid-20s.
Oh, your mid-20s, okay.
Yeah. And neither of us got the girl, though. So I may not have been successful, but it makes me feel good.
You might have told me the story.
To know that I even beat out if I didn't beat out a dude from Harvard, I gave him a run for his money.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of a good thing.
Okay.
And then I knew a girl who went to Harvard. I think she went there, and she was a fan of my poetry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You may have told me the other Harvard story before.
Oh my goodness.
I've known almost every story that involves a girl in it.
Ever told throughout history?
No, by you, Bubs.
Oh, really?
Almost.
Are you thinking, babes, about writing a book about my exploits then, since you know all the stories?
No.
Okay. Cool.
Why would I?
You just said I know almost every story with the girl.
Well, I mean, you've been more than honest, and much to my chagrin, about the women that you either got or you didn't get, or that you were vying for. And I wasn't exactly happy with that. I'm sure you don't want to hear about. And I haven't. I haven't dated a lot of people, but I'm sure you don't really want to hear about the ones who have were vying for my attention.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you would rather hear about other stuff.
There's that great Chris Rock joke where he's like, I know I'm going to butcher because I butcher everything when it comes to quotes, but he says that you never want to ask a woman about her past dating experience. I'm cleaning this up a little bit for Jaylo because whatever the number is, it's going to be too high for you and you don't want to know it. So a woman could say, I've been with 2 men before you. And the guy could be like, 2? 2? Must have been the way you were raised. What? Why did I get tickled for that?
Because you were just right here.
Oh my goodness. I thought that was really funny when he said that.
Okay.
But then he's like, but your girl won't count that night in the club or that night when she was on a trip and met somebody. I think Chris Rock, his stand-up specials are so funny, except for the one where he was shooting it in multiple locations.
Oh.
But he makes the worst movies.
Yeah, I know. We've talked about this many times.
Okay.
He does like really bad B movies, but his stand-up specials are really funny, is what you said.
But it's so strange to me, the duality, because if I hear that there's a Chris Rock special, I want to watch it immediately. Uh-huh. But if I hear that Chris Rock comes out with a new movie, I never want to see that.
I don't know. I mean, because some comedians are better at acting, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think Adam Sandler was funny on SNL, and I thought he had some funny movies, but he had some misses too, obviously. But
yeah.
If there's a new Adam Sandler movie, I want to make sure it's funny. But I've never been like, oh, I never want to see his movie.
And maybe never is a strong term, but I'm really turned off if I hear that Chris Rock is in a movie. And I remember the last time, babes, that I watched a Chris Rock movie. It was one he directed called Top 5.
Okay.
It was...
Was it an independent one? Because I don't think I've heard of it.
I don't know. I don't think a major studio backed it. I think he got private investors.
Okay.
But to put this in some context, a lot of people said this is a pretty good movie.
Okay.
And also, I watched it the day after I found out that my mom died. And the anniversary of me finding that out is actually tomorrow.
Wow.
But, so my view is going to be a little bit slanted. But I watched it and I'm like, this movie's just really bad.
Wow.
But he set the bar so low because his movies have sucked so much.
Yeah.
That even a movie that's really bad that has Chris Rock behind it can be considered okay because his movies just suck so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and most people's opinions.
Most people's opinions?
I would think so.
I haven't watched enough Chris Rock movies to really give an opinion, but I might have seen one. I might have seen a movie that he was in, but didn't really care about it.
Yeah, because he's played small roles in movies.
Yeah.
But I would like to watch some of his comedy specials with you at some point. I think that would be fun.
I did hear that his Good Hair documentary, a lot of people like that one.
Mm.
Yeah, I heard that's a fun one to watch.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 And then you went to get ready for bed last night.
Uh-huh.
I decide to Google youngest person to graduate from college.
Oh, right, yes.
I'm thinking, babes, when I do this, that there's going to be a lot of caveats.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that this is going to be somebody from like 300 years ago when the education system was a lot different. They're going to be like 12, maybe.
12 would probably be the right age, I would think.
Or they're going to be from another country where the education system doesn't work the same that it does here. But at least as far as the U.S., they said that the youngest person to graduate college was an 8-year-old in California in the early 1990s.
I couldn't believe it.
Now, this was Wikipedia saying this.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like 8 years old, and then you told me that he graduated high school at 6.
That's what the Wikipedia article said.
And then he got his bachelor's at 10 and a master's at 14.
Yeah, like the family, I guess, moved to Alabama, but he continued his education. But do you know what he does now, according to Wikipedia?
What's that?
He's a teacher's assistant.
Wow.
So all that education, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but you're assuming that he's a teacher's assistant at a community college.
Well, no, I don't know where he's a teacher's assistant. I mean, it might have said, but I read it when I was kind of tired.
Yeah.
But still, you would think somebody with... Now, okay. I see extreme forms of intelligence as almost like a superpower.
Almost.
Because it's like one of the closest things a regular person can have to like a superpower, right?
Yeah, I would agree because you don't see a lot of people like that, yes.
Yeah, and so you think that somebody with that level of intelligence would be at least a teacher instead of a teacher's assistant.
But who knows? I mean, maybe he's planning to be a teacher in the future. He just isn't right now.
But he's 38.
I understand that, but, maybe... people change careers all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are in the music field for a while, and then they realize that their time in the music field is done, and then they decide to get into education, or they decide to add education, or they end up switching disciplines altogether and doing something completely different. Like I remember a long time ago when I was interviewing somebody in the field that I wanted to be in. She was a former flute teacher.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up leaving her job as a flute teacher and decided, and she was a private flute teacher, and she decided to teach Pilates, just totally different.
Right. But okay, so maybe I read it wrong, or maybe Wikipedia wasn't correct. But
Which
it just
is totally possible.
right. But it seems to me, if I had that level of intelligence, there's so many different things you could do. Like maybe you teach part-time, and then you devote most of your time to writing books. Something like that is how I think you would go through life.
That makes me think of that one guy I told you about when I met this cab driver in my early 20s, and he claims that he knew people from Earth, Wind, and Fire, and that he knew like the Beatles or whatever. And I'm thinking, why in the world are you driving a cab? I never got to ask him that. And I kind of thought maybe he was full of himself.
Oh.
Because he started dropping names.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would you have a person in the back seat of your cab and all you want to talk about is how many musicians you know? I was just like, really? I'm thinking to myself, okay, is this guy for real? Or is he just full of himself?
And it's one of those things, maybe they met him and they don't like him. So he could have known them, and they're like, as soon as they get famous, we're not talking to this dude anymore. I have a question about that.
Okay.
You got some music degrees, but when you went in the cab, did you have an instrument on you, or did he just bring this up without knowing that you were into music?
I wasn't taking any flute lessons at the time.
So you just went into the cab,
and
he didn't know.
I ordered a cab for school.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't have a flute on me. I wasn't taking any. I was playing here and there, like at parties or whatever, if I was visiting friends or something. But I wasn't seriously taking flute lessons, and I didn't have a flute with me at the time.
Okay. Was this when you were going to that Christian music university?
No. This was in 2001. I was in my first year of college, and I was I eventually did take a music class.
Right, but this wasn't at the Christian music school.
This was not at the
SPU.
Right.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, he's probably just one of those guys who likes.
I didn't have an instrument on me at all. In fact, I don't even remember telling him that I played an instrument.
Yeah.
And that I was really into music, because I was thinking, is this guy for real? Really?
Yeah.
Why are you driving a cab if you know all these musicians? Why couldn't you be in a band?
I don't know really what that has to do with that kid who graduated.
I'm going to explain it to you.
Go ahead.
Because you were saying that because of his genius status, you thought that he would have been doing more with his life. And I was saying, compared to the cab driver I met, since he says he's claiming that he knows so many musicians, like the bassist from Earth, Wind, and Fire, I would assume that he would want to be in some kind of a band. I forgot if he played an instrument or not. I'm assuming he did. I would assume that he would already be in a band and they were, making albums and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I was referring to.
Gotcha.
Right. But some people are interesting like that. I don't know.
Did you ever read that book, Outliers, by Malcolm Gladwell?
No, I think you told me about it.
I know that Malcolm Gladwell has said some really cringy stuff recently. Mm-hmm. And cringe to me, too. Not just cringe to like, the extreme left think it's cringe. But
what did he say?
Well, I'll tell you what he said. And I'll tell you, because off the top, it sounds a little bit weird, but it doesn't sound that cringy. So it's going to need some context.
Okay.
And then I'll get back to the story of Outliers. So and I hope I get this right, I saw clips of it. He was on a podcast saying that he doesn't like the culture of people working at home. Mm-hmm. And the reason is because he thinks that it demotivates people and they no longer have motivation. Mm-hmm. So off the top, you could say, well, maybe you agree with it, maybe you don't, but that's not really that cringy. Here's where it gets a little bit more extreme, though. Okay. So he owns a business, and he was talking about trying to encourage his workers to go back into the office. Uh-huh. But the thing about Malcolm Gladwell is apparently this was known because a lot of his coworkers from New Yorker magazine came out and said this, that he worked from home before the pandemic, and he would never come out into the office because he liked working from home. So I find the hypocrisy very, very cringy.
It's one thing if you're trying to encourage your workers to go to the office when you're actually going to the office, right? Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
But even when he was an employee, he wanted to work from home.
Really?
Yeah, because he was an employee at the New Yorker.
Yeah, I find I find that I am getting less patient with people that are such hypocrites.
Yeah, me too.
I find that hypocrisy is something that really tests my patience. Mm-hmm. I don't like it. I would like to be more consistent with myself, but if somebody else isn't consistent, it really frustrates me.
Yeah, and I think the way you counteract that with your interactions with people is if you say something that seems like it's against your philosophy. Like, let's say I say, Alana, you should really practice music more, but I haven't picked up my guitar in a month. Mm-hmm. Maybe I also say, but you know what? I should probably, who am I to talk about this? Or this is something I could work on too.
Or when someone tells me to do the same thing, but they're not doing something that they should be doing.
Yeah.
I can't stand that. It's like, who am I to tell somebody what to do with their life if I need to work on myself? Because yeah, I do have flaws. Yes, I should be practicing more for sure. I can admit that. But who am I to tell somebody to who am I to tell somebody what to do with their day? Mm-hmm. I don't have the right to do that.
Now, having said all of that about Malcolm Gladwell, mm-hmm. the thing I will say is I like a lot of his books. I think he's a really great writer, and I know that's easy to say because he's gotten a lot of acclaim, but I do think in his case it's kind of justified because I've read, I want to say 4 or 5 books from him, and I've really liked each of them. So I've read What the Dog Saw, which is an anthology of articles he wrote for the New Yorker. Uh-huh. Outliers, David versus Goliath.
You told me that one was good.
That one's really good. Mm-hmm. And I think I might have read Blink, but I have to check my Goodreads list. And maybe one more. But so I've read a fair amount of his stuff, and I do really enjoy it.
Hypocrisy on his part was not a good look for him.
Yeah. Okay. So the reason I brought him up was about Outliers, and we were talking about that kid.
Yep.
I want to say it's in Outliers. He talks to some guy who he's like off the charts smart, and I think he studied physics and he was like really, really intelligent. So it was either that or mathematics. But now he works as like a security guard.
Wow.
And I read Outliers like 10 years ago, but I believe he either worked as a security guard then or he used to work as a security guard, and he also owns a farm with his wife. And that's what he does with his life. So this brings up an interesting question because we could look at the guy from Outliers, or we could look at the guy who graduated college at 8 and high school at 6, which is incredible to me.
It is, and I know it's something that I can't fathom.
Yeah, and it's easy for me as an outsider to say these people are wasting their lives. They're so valuable to our society. What are they doing with themselves? But from their perspective, is it a waste of their life if they're happy doing what they're doing?
Exactly. Like I've heard stories of people that started their own business, and they're the CEOs of their business, but they're completely miserable because they're away from their wife and kids. Mm-hmm. And they decide, hey, I want to do something better with my life, something that will bring me home at a good time so that I can be with my family, but I also love doing it. And maybe if you think of it on the other side, maybe that's not what they want to do, and they decided to do something that maybe people wouldn't think that they should be doing, but it makes them happy, and it makes them if they feel fulfilled afterwards. So yeah, I think it's interesting. Maybe I personally, if I'm going to do a job, I would rather go to the office. I would rather have a hard day at the office or wherever it is I'm working. But a lot of people decide that they don't like working at the office, and they have an option to work from home, and maybe that works for them. But I don't know. It's interesting to think about.
Okay. It's fascinating stuff to me.
It is, yeah.
And maybe like this is why I'm the idiot, and there's somebody out there who graduated from college at age 6 because he realizes that it's not just about getting through school and writing some cool books and getting, dating all these women and being treated like an academic rock star. It's about giving back, and being a teacher's assistant is how he feels that he can give back the most.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. So, and I don't know, maybe that cab driver who supposedly knows a lot of musicians, maybe the reason why he's a cab driver is because he wants to be personable with people. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Although I didn't feel he was very personable with me in his cab. So, we'll see.
He's like, get in. I knew Earth, Wind, and Fire.
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't that extreme, but all he could talk about was who he knew. And
yeah.
I just felt kind of like, okay, are we going to talk about this the whole time, or what? Do you even care about how I'm doing? I don't know.
You know what I was thinking about last night, babes?
Uh-huh.
And I wish I could say the guy's name. I know what it is, but you know how I feel about saying names here.
Oh, okay.
But when I moved to Kona in 2003,
mm-hmm.
I met a guy there who had all these tall stories. And
kind of like Big Fish.
Yes.
Ah.
And I met him because, I was very heavily involved in the poetry community out there.
Is that the one guy you told me about? He has an African name.
Oh, no, that dude's my friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were no longer in contact, but I wish him well. It's not like we had a huge falling out. But anyways, he knew this guy too from that same world. But anyways, right. So here's what happened.
Yeah.
So he would tell me all these stories, and then it would come time to do things. Mm-hmm. And he blew me off the first couple of times, and he kept talking about how I have all this great poetry, and he would read it to me, and I'm thinking, this isn't that good.
Okay.
And the only time I think he didn't blow me off was when he wanted to help refurnishing his house. So I helped him like that afternoon.
Oh, wow. Really? Only?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, I kept asking around, is this guy for real with all these stories? And most people were of the consensus that he's a little bit weird. Uh-huh. And last night I just thought, I wonder whatever happened to that dude.
Yeah, I was thinking about people, and we know a couple of people that tells tall tales, don't we?
Yeah. And
those people kind of frustrate me too, actually, because it's like, well, are you ever going to tell the truth? Or is it going to be a half truth? Like, this is actually true, but this isn't actually true.
Yes.
And I'm just thinking, come on now. Are you really going to tell me something that is true? Or am I going to keep on guessing until I get so frustrated that I hound you for the truth?
I love a good story, so I'm a lot more tolerant of those types of people than you are, and than most people are. Because if you, I'm an easy lay. If you tell me a good story, you have me in the palm of your hand. But where it can get really frustrating is sometimes if you need somebody to show up in a particular way and they don't, and you ask them about it and they just can't give you a straightforward answer.
Like, what really frustrates me is when I talk to somebody about music and I've told them my musical accomplishments and what I want to do. And then when it comes time to say, hey, I'd like to hear you play an instrument, and they won't do it.
Exactly.
Or I'd like to hear a recording of you playing instruments, and they don't have any.
Oh.
Or they don't know anyone who recorded them. And it's like, how frustrating is that? It really is frustrating. And but for me, I want to pick up my flute and play something for somebody if they want me to play it. But if they can't pick up whatever instrument it is because they don't either they don't know how to play it or they haven't played it in years, that really, really gets on my nerves. Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, why did you tell me this? And then the whole story just falls apart.
Yeah.
Or if somebody says that, this is just an example, if somebody says like they have a degree in psychology and I ask them a brain question like, what is the part of the brain that's responsible for ... and they can't tell me, and they're the ones who studied they're the one who studied the brain.
But doesn't that fall into, and now I'm not a psychology major, so I could have this dead wrong, but doesn't that fall under like neuropsychology?
Depends on what psychology it is, because
if you're talking about areas of
the
brain.
neuro, like when you're talking about neurons, or neuro anything, it has to do with the brain.
Yeah, but if you're just talking about like a regular psychologist, so there's like child psychologist, there's a family psychologist, I believe. There's all different types of form.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily, they could tell you about the brain in general, but I'm not sure that all psychologists know that the hippocampus, for example, is associated with memory. They might, but
I think that they have to, because I took like a psychology 101 class, I think it was, and my teacher knew about the parts of the brain like the dendrites and the hippocampus, what that is, the occipital lobes, the parietal lobes, I think the parietal lobe is the frontal lobe if I'm not mistaken, and what that's responsible for. So she had to know that. And when people are becoming they want to study to be in the medical field, they have to know everything about the body. So I imagine that if a person is going to say that they have a degree in psychology and they're a working psychologist or whatever it is, I would imagine that they would have to know the brain, the ins and outs of the brain, as far as where things are and how things work.
Maybe. What's the dendrite do?
I can't remember.
Oh my goodness.
I have to. I unfortunately did not retain the information because this was back in the early 2000s.
And it's possible that all psychologists don't retain it, depending on their field of psychology too.
Well, my psychology instructor did know, but I
right,
totally
but they're also teaching it every day.
Yes.
Versus a regular psychologist.
And somebody made, I think it was like a clay model of the brain for me, and I've got to look that up. So I'm not going to say that I know how everything works because I lost a lot of that information. It was quite a bit of information.
So your hippocampus was not functioning properly that day.
No, the hippocampus
is responsible for retaining memory.
It's responsible for long-term memory, I believe.
I thought it was responsible for all memory. And then again, this is how you can tell that I am not a psychologist.
I believe, why don't I ask? Hold on.
Yeah, ask Miss A.
Alexa, what part of the brain is responsible for short-term memory?
But is that where the hippocampus is located?
Hold on. Alexa, where is the hippocampus located? The hippocampus is part of the temporal lobe. The temporal lobe is hold on. Alexa, where is the prefrontal cortex?
Hold on. Alexa, tell me about the hippocampus.
Alexa, stop. Hold on. Alexa, tell me about the hippocampus. This might answer your question. The hippocampus is a major component of the brain of humans and other vertebrates. Humans and other mammals have two hippocampus, one on each side of the brain.
Oh.
The hippocampus is part of the limbic system and plays important roles in the consolidation of information from short-term memory to long-term memory and in spatial memory that enables navigation. Yeah,
so you have two of them.
That's what it's...
And they were located in different parts of the brain.
I think that's what it is. But if that hippocampus is damaged and your memory's damaged,
you're SOL. You want to keep your hippocampus in good shape.
Right.
Yeah. Good hippocampuses are hard to find there. But I love you, Dendrite Jaylo. Give me a kiss, Dendrite Jaylo.
Let me go ask. Alexa, what are the dendrites responsible for in the brain? No, it's not right. Alexa, tell me about the dendrites of the brain.
Oh, okay. So they just kind of like connect different parts of the brain.
I think they connect neurons.
Nice.
That's what it sounds like because when I was looking at a model of a brain, they were the things that were sticking out.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Anyway.
Well, I love your dendrites.
Okay.
Yeah.
The brain is fascinating to me, to tell you the truth.
It is. It is.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we had a very, very sleepy day yesterday.
I know.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one because I was feeling it. I was like, I am so tired.
I was too.
Yeah.
And you know this because I slept for like 2 hours after I got over here. And then when it came time for us to go to sleep, I was out immediately.
Oh, yeah.
For like 7.5 hours.
Yeah, I was out too. I was really, really tired.
Yeah.
And it could just have been because the cold doesn't help. It's also darker in the morning now, right? It seems darker in the morning, and then it gets darker earlier, so that doesn't help either. And I mean, we were both just extremely tired.
I had a bad night's sleep the night before, plus we were flushing the rest of that Rona out of our system. I think it's pretty much gone. And I know I keep saying that, but the last thing to go might be a little bit of a cough and stuff related to sleep. Because I still have not been able to... I know I might have had a dream yesterday afternoon because I remembered something, but it went away as soon as I woke up. But I've not been able to retain any dreams I've had in like the past 3 weeks. Long enough to put them down anywhere.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's not maybe it's not COVID that's causing your you to not retain any of your memories of your dream. Maybe it's just because it just doesn't, you're not supposed to remember them. I don't know.
Well,
you're not remembering them right now.
No, but what I'm saying is it's not that I would remember every dream before then, obviously.
Yes.
But it would happen often enough to where I could retain them long enough to write something down about them.
Okay. Well,
and they're just going out of my head or not happening at all. So, But I don't know, but we're flushing that Rona out.
Yeah, because there's some stuff that was trying to come out of my throat, and I think it will.
This morning, you heard me cough up something, then I blew my nose, and it was really discolored.
Ew.
Not that you were asking. But
no. Well, I'm glad that it got out of your nose, though.
Yeah.
Ew. Good. It's leaving. You're going bye-bye. And you're going bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, no, bye-bye.
Yeah, I was so tired because we were supposed to marinate our chicken last night.
I wanted to.
And I was just like, I do not have the energy. We did it this morning, though. Huh? Oh, my goodness. Bubby.
What?
You stop that.
Uh-oh.
But we did it this morning. It is now marinating in my fridge. And I think it's going to be good.
I'm excited about it. I wish we would have done it last night, but I still think it's going to taste good. Yeah,
because we're going to marinate it for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't feel too badly that we didn't do it the night before. But we were just exhausted anyway.
Yeah.
But we did make pizza last night, and I thought it turned out super good.
Thank you, babes.
I think your pizza crust is getting better all the time.
Nice.
And I'm not just saying it because you're my boyfriend. I'm actually saying it because your pizza crust is really improving, and I really mean it.
Oh, thanks, babes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I make it a fair amount, so it should be getting better.
What are you doing to make it a little bit crunchy? Because I noticed that it was a little bit more crunchier.
I've been putting more MSG into it recently.
Ah.
Because for many, many years, people were told that yes, MSG adds to the quality of taste, but it's really bad for you.
Oh, I've been hearing that a lot.
I think
too.
what they're discovering now is in high doses it's bad for you,
but not in like low doses.
Well, it's not that it's good for you either.
Yeah.
But it's more neutral than everything. Yeah, okay. You shouldn't have a lot of it, but if you put a little bit of it in your food, it'll add to the taste, and it's not the worst thing in the world for you.
Yeah, it's just an added flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I know I've heard of people having bad reactions to MSG, though. Some people do.
Yeah, but we're talking generally speaking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know my mom has, like, kind of been a little bit leery of MSG, which I kind of understand. But sometimes if you want to have good Chinese food, you'll notice that there might be a little bit of MSG in there, and it tastes good.
Absolutely.
It does.
We didn't get to listen to Music Planet last night because of the Motown playlist. I think we should listen to it tonight, though, because it's a good show, and I think you'd like it once you got into it.
Oh, I thought are we gonna listen to that and Take the Floor?
Yes, we'll listen to that and Take the Floor.
Okay, I love Take the Floor.
Take the Floor is really good.
I think that's like the happiest Scottish show
ever. It's good to be exposed to other things too, though.
I know. Yeah, because the last time we listened to Music Planet, there was this the recording of this Filipino guy, and the guy that was talking about it was kind of translating it in English, and I thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they are able to play some really, really obscure pieces of world music.
Yeah. So I liked listening to Motown last night.
Yeah.
My main problem was, and it was different from the past when we put on Motown through Amazon, but I kind of felt like it was Lionel Richie presents Motown music because there was just so much Lionel Richie on this playlist.
Well, there wasn't just that. There were other people that showed that it was played. Like there was a few Rick James stuff that you liked, and there was some Smokey Robinson. You liked that,
yeah.
And there was some Four Tops and Temptations.
I know that obviously. I know that Rick James was signed to Motown, and you told me that so was Lionel Richie.
Yes.
But that's not what I think about when I think about Motown.
But you have to understand, Motown had a lot of people that you probably didn't know that was signed to it.
I hear you. But when you think Motown, do you think Rick James, or do you think the Supremes? Which one comes to your mind
think
first?
The Supremes, but you have to understand that Rick James was also signed too, and it wouldn't make any sense if it didn't play Rick James.
I hear you, but it's skewed very heavily towards 70s and 80s music. So
but it's not under your control.
But I'm telling you, this is why I was, babes. I'm telling you, this is.
Know.
It's like if I said to you, I'm putting together a playlist of songs released on Death Row Records. Mm-hmm. And I had like one or two Dr. Dre songs, a song with Snoop, and the rest of it was like Crooked Eye and Superfly. Mm. You'd be like, okay, they were on the label. I didn't know that they were as prominent as you're making it seem.
Yeah, but you have to understand, I don't know that world as good as you do, so I wouldn't know that.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I really wouldn't know that.
Okay.
Very bad example.
It's like if I put together a list of Bad Boy songs, Mace and yes. Puffy, you're aware, and Notorious B.I.G.
Yes.
And I had one or two songs from them, and like the rest of the playlist was Black Rob. Yeah, we know Black Rob was on Bad Boy Records, but when you think Bad Boy, you think Mace, Puffy, and Big.
Oh my goodness.
In my opinion.
You act as if you know these people. Like you're friends with them. Mace, Puffy, and Big. Yeah. They're like my...
That's what you think about when you think about Bad Boy. It doesn't mean that they didn't have other artists.
Okay, here's a more understandable example.
Go ahead.
Because, like, okay, for example, the Sirius channels on your TV, they have like 70s on 7, 60s on 6, whatever. Yeah. If there's for example, a 60s on 6 and you're listening to that and they play like a 70s song, it shouldn't be on there.
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
And it's not that...
And it's happened before.
So it's not that you can't have Rick James or Lionel Richie on the playlist, but I don't think that they should be like dominating the playlist like they were last night.
I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think they were dominating the playlist.
There was one point where they played 4 Lionel Richie songs in a row.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. They played Cruising.
No, that's Smokey Robinson.
No, okay, it was after Cruising then. They played like 4 of his songs like in a row. And at one point I say to you, another Lionel Richie song? Maybe it was like 2 Lionel Richie songs and like 2 Commodores songs. But he was the lead singer of the Commodores, so.
Oh my goodness.
Again, mix it up. I can deal with some of that, but throwing the classics. So I want to hear Martha and the Vandellas and Marvin Gaye, and
And we did hear Marvin Gaye.
we heard 1 Marvin Gaye song.
We had 2. We heard 2.
We heard What's Going On. What was the other one?
We okay. Actually, it was 3. What's Going On? We heard Let's Get It On. We also heard Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
We did hear Ain't No Mountain High Enough. I don't remember hearing Let's Get It On.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
But we were talking then.
Oh, we were. Okay.
Yes.
That's a great song. Oh, God, he made such great music.
I know.
Yeah.
And I also heard the ladies loved Marvin Gaye.
That's what I heard, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only was he talented, but he was handsome. But Marvin Gaye's dead.
And you know who one of his wives was?
Anna something?
Yes, and
Anna Gordy.
Yep, Barry Gordy's sister.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Anna Gordy, yep.
I have Barry Gordy's autobiography, and I just haven't read it.
I had no idea that Rockwell, and they did play this on the Motown playlist, which I thought was kind of cool. I had no idea that Rockwell was Barry Gordy's, or is Barry Gordy's nephew.
I believe that's the case, yeah. So he grew up, rich, obviously.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Diana Ross had a baby with Barry Gordy.
Yeah, their daughter, right?
Rhonda.
Yeah. But the thing with that is, I don't think they established paternity until she was like 13. Like, she tried to pass the kid off as somebody else's for the first 10 years.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
You don't.
I don't.
You don't.
I don't.
You don't.
I don't.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
Yeah, that stuff is interesting to me.
It is interesting.
I need to read more books about Motown.
Yeah. It's an interesting part of our American music history. Mm-hmm. I think it's fantastic. I think it's fascinating to me.
They did like a mini series about Motown on NBC in the early 2000s. I didn't really get into it though.
I didn't see it actually. I don't remember. Do you remember what it was called?
I think it was just called Motown. Or I might have been focusing on the Four Tops.
Oh, I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah.
No.
They're one of the most important record labels in U.S. history, maybe the most important one. Yeah. I mean, obviously, people always talk about Stax and Atlantic Records and
Chess and Son
and Death Row.
Yeah.
But I would go with Motown. Then probably, I don't know. It's tough.
Wow.
Death Row is hurt by the fact that they didn't, as popular as their music was and as many great artists as they have, they actually didn't put out that much music. If you look at it.
What about that one company, Murder Inc.?
No, Murder Inc. made pop stuff, but no.
Did it really? Wasn't Ashanti a part of Murder Inc.?
Ashanti was signed to Murder Inc. So was Ja Rule. But it was just like those two who are the big artists off of there.
Right. Yeah, I would agree. It didn't really make a lot of headway.
No. I mean, they both had hits, but that was just 2 artists on the label.
No, I mean, the label didn't make headway.
They were known because of those 2 artists, but they didn't have like other big
I didn't think so,
roster. Yeah. I mean, with Death Row, you had Dre, Snoop, the Dog Pound.
Mm-hmm.
Warren G wasn't signed to Death Row, but he worked on a lot of their early stuff before his solo career. Same thing with Bow Wow. He worked on a lot of their early stuff. Did you know that Bow Wow is in the music video for Gin and Juice?
No, I didn't know that, but that was probably before he got famous.
That was before he got famous, and he's also the little kid. You were on the skits on the Snoop Dogg's on Doggy Style, Snoop's first solo album.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then Tupac came to the label later. You have the Lady of Rage, so they had some artists, but they didn't actually. They only put out like really maybe 5 albums that are considered the masterpieces of that label's history. It's not like they have like 30 different albums.
Well,
yeah,
that's interesting.
Yes, and Nate Dogg.
Yeah,
but I mean he was part of the Dog Pound, so
yes, he was.
Yep,
he was.
Yes, everybody's favorite dog.
Oh my goodness, woof woof.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Woof woof.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, I love you.
Okay, I will.
He sounds like you're getting tired there, Jaylo.
No, I'm not.
Oh, good.
No, just because of my voice is softer and I talk a little bit lower doesn't mean I'm tired. I'm actually more awake than I was yesterday morning.
Oh, good.
Yesterday morning I was like,
I know.
I was awake, but I think we both kind of were like, okay, I'm tired again.
We were struggling.
We were.
Well, here's a question for you.
Yes.
I think I have a definite answer for this.
Okay.
But what's a more important record label, Death Row or Aftermath? And I know that technically they're both imprints.
I would say Death Row.
Okay.
But I don't know anything about Aftermath.
So Aftermath is a label that Dr. Dre started after Death Row.
Okay.
Now, technically, Eve was on the label, but she didn't release an album until after she left Aftermath.
Oh, wow.
But she was discovered by Dre. He discovered Frederick, who is a famous producer. Eminem, 50 Cent, The Game, who I feel is extremely overrated, but he was popular.
Mm-hmm.
Exhibit kind of did stuff with Aftermath. I don't think he was officially ever signed to them, though. I don't know. That's an interesting question. You might be right. It might be Death Row.
Yeah, it's the one I've been hearing about the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they going to be executed?
Well, Snoop bought Death Row recently.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's trying to bring it back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, good for him.
Yeah. Oh, God, I really hope that he does put out that album with Dr. Dre that he said that they're working on.
Yeah.
I believe Snoop that they are working on the album.
Yeah.
But I know that Dr. Dre, at least this is what I've heard, is such a perfectionist that he'll often just will put projects to the side and never put them out.
Right.
That's the way it was with the album he did with Ice Cube.
Really?
So in 95, he was supposed to release Helter Skelter.
Yeah.
Which was and it was Dr. Dre and Ice Cube doing an album together after NWA.
Isn't Helter Skelter another album by the Beatles or another song by the Beatles?
It was a song by the Beatles.
Yep.
It was written on the wall during the LaBianca murders.
Yeah.
Which were the ones that Manson did after the Sharon Tate murders.
Yes.
And then the Dr. Dre and Ice Cube put out that song on the Murder Was the Case soundtrack called Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that was supposed to be a lead up to the Helter Skelter album.
Yeah.
That was to tease people a little bit.
Wow.
The rumor is that they recorded the Helter Skelter album. Ice Cube was a little bit leery about the paperwork, and Dre just didn't want to release it. So they just
didn't do
trashed the album. They erased all of it.
Wow.
So you can't even find that music anywhere now, apparently. That's what I've heard.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is, as a fan, I'm like, oh, God, that's such a missed opportunity. I would have loved to have heard that album.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about this?
I don't know. I like I said, I'm not really into that world.
I mean, Cube, I think, is...
Oh, my goodness.
One of my favorite rappers still.
Cube.
Yes, he's one of my favorite rappers. And Dre is a producer. Oh, my God, that would have been incredible.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. What do you think, since it's not the Helter Skelter album for you, but what are some of
I don't know.
your missed opportunities in music?
What do you mean?
Well, you always hear these rumors that either bands are going to get back together or certain artists are going to collaborate on an album. And have there been any that you've heard of that you thought that didn't happen, but you thought were like really big missed opportunities?
I'm not sure. I've heard about people that were on the rise and they were like an up and coming star, but they never went far with their career.
Oh.
But I don't know if I have heard any big missed opportunities.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Good.
Well, it means you get disappointed less than I do there. Jaylo?
Yeah, I get less disappointed just because people change, their minds, and of course the music business is so fleeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people stay in the music business. I think I can't talk. Some people stay in the music business for a long time, but then they decide, I'm going to either stay with the label or I'm going to move. I'm going to change to a different label.
Yeah.
It changes. It's a very, it's a business of change.
Yeah.
So I don't really, if it's disappointing, then, if I'm disappointed by something else is going to come along.
Exactly.
So I can't really hold on to hope that something's going to happen when sometimes it doesn't.
We could talk about different record labels all day.
I don't really want to do that.
Okay, but I'll just throw out 2 more record labels.
Oh, goodness.
Ruckus. Now I know that they were an underground record label, but it looked in the late 90s and early 2000s like they were going to like really blow.
I don't think I heard it. Who is on Ruckus?
Black Star.
Okay.
And then the solo work of Mos Def and Talib Kweli. Pharoah Monch was on Ruckus. They released the Lyricist Lounge albums.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they had a lot of stuff. But then the other one, which I can't believe I overlooked, it's clearly the most important label in hip-hop history, is Def Jam.
Of course.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't even think of Def Jam.
Well, now you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's probably Motown and then Def Jam, right?
Maybe.
As far as most important U.S. labels.
I don't know.
You don't know, babes.
Maybe you could be right about that.
Yeah, Def Jammy.
Def Jammies.
Jammy.
Make sure you wear your Def Jammies to sweep.
I heard Rick Rubin is working on a book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be something, babes.
Well,
we got to read that.
I'm not really familiar with this guy. I've heard his name, but I don't.
Okay,
know about him.
I'll give you the brief biography.
Okay.
Rick Rubin is the founder of Def Jam Records. He produced the first LL Cool J album. He produced the first Beastie Boys album, the first Run DMC album. Then he left Def Jam and produced an album for Slayer. The later work of Johnny Cash.
Wow.
He produced a Blood Sugar Sex Magic for the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Wow.
And a bunch of other albums too.
Wow, really? So
yeah.
It wasn't just for LL Cool J and Run DMC and
no.
the Beastie Boys. Wow.
No, but that's how he started off though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but apparently he's working on a book.
Oh.
That's the word on the street, and I will read that book.
Okay.
I don't know if you will, babes.
I don't know. I'm not really interested in Rick Rubin, but yeah.
Oh. We had discussed possibly doing a read an hour today.
It doesn't have to be an hour. It can just be like
a wee minute.
No, not a minute.
Okay, great.
Like 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, or maybe the whole hour.
Nice, yeah. Because I want to get to Lolita.
I know, Bubby. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. We take such a different approach to reading books, babes.
I don't like reading like 2 books at the same time, and sometimes I kind of like to, sometimes life gets in the way, and I get back to the book when I get back to the book. I don't just like read it like for 2 days straight.
I love binge reading.
I don't like binge reading. You know why I don't like binge reading?
Tell me.
Because then there's some things that I might miss. Like just like binge watching, there are times where I'll do it for a little bit, like maybe for a few episodes, and I'm like, okay, I wanna do something else. I wanna watch something else.
I'm into binge reading, and my max as far as books that I can really read and retain is I can do 3 books at a time. I've tried doing more than that, and then I just don't retain anything. But if I do 3, I can usually retain them and still read them.
I think I do that with shows. Like maybe I'll watch 2 shows at the same time. Like I'll watch a few episodes of one show and then I'll watch another show.
Yeah.
But I don't like binge watch it where like I'll watch like 10 episodes of one show and then 20 episodes of the next show. I don't do that. I just can't sit there and do that for 10 hours.
There was a story in a book, and it might have been Outliers, but it might have been something else. And they were telling the story of this autistic man who could hold 2 books in his hand and read both of them and retain them at the same time.
That's insane.
That is insane. But he had other issues. He was like autistic and very high on the spectrum.
I don't know. Autism is so interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I told you I had a friend who had ADHD, and maybe that might be a form of autism in some ways, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. But I asked her to look for something for me. And she just concentrated on looking for what I was looking for. Because I was looking for the cover of my remote control and I couldn't find it. She found it within seconds.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because, I don't know, like she just focused on it. Because a lot of people that have either autism or like ADD or ADHD, they're super focused on whatever they're looking for, it sounds like.
Yes.
And she found it in seconds.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. We have seen...
Yep.
Shifting to the movies, if that's okay with you.
That's totally fine.
Some good films about media.
Yes.
All About Eve. Sunset Boulevard.
Yep.
Star is Born.
A Star is Born, yep.
The Country Girl.
Yep.
Who can forget Network? It's one of the best films on media ever, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And last night, and media. When I think media, I think obviously news, but I also think film, television, and music. So that's my definition of media.
Okay.
Right?
Yes. And the internet.
Yeah, we haven't really watched a lot of films about the internet, but I hear what you're saying.
No.
Yes.
Now it's the internet.
Yeah, internet, parts of the internet would fall into that. Not completely, but I get where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Last night we watched a film. It's not my favorite film about media, but it was really good, called The Bad and the Beautiful.
Yes. I thought it was a good movie. I mean, it may not be your favorite film concerning media, but I thought it was a good movie.
I'd give it an 8.
I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to a part of the film I was really tired, so I'm going to try to give a shortened synopsis of it, but you can also chime in too. So
give me the 30-second version of the film.
30 seconds. Well, it was based on this man named Jonathan Shields who was trying to make all these B movies. And he was this guy that wanted to control what goes on. Mm-hmm. And he had... he was working with Harry Pebble, who was he the director or producer? I think he was a producer.
No,
right?
he was a producer by name, but he pretty much owned the studio.
Right, okay. And Georgia Lorison was the daughter of... Who was she the daughter of?
I believe it was a family friend of Kirk Douglas, who was Harry Shields.
Jonathan Shields.
Yeah, Jonathan Shields.
Not Harry Pebble.
Sorry.
Jonathan Shields, yes. And
I'm dyslexic.
She
it's Roman.
She was turned upside down by Jonathan Shields because for a while she was very much in love with him.
Thank you.
But
go ahead.
Yeah, she was
it's not a form of autism.
I think she was played by Lana Turner. She did a really good job in the movie.
Yeah.
But she was very much in love with him, and she pretty much would do everything to make sure that he ended up being her husband. But Jonathan Shields was trying to control Harry. He was trying to control... He was using Georgia for sure.
Yeah. It's basically this story about how he screwed over these 3 people who went on to be very successful. So Harry is his friend who wants to direct a movie.
Yep.
There's Georgia, and then there's this other dude who is this writer.
Something... I think Fred Amiel.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Fred Amiel. That's right. Right. Because he wanted to write the script.
Yeah. Well, he didn't want to, but...
I mean...
Kirk Douglas wanted him to write the adaptation of this movie.
Yeah, he helped write the script.
Yeah, and then they worked on other films together.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to help out a little bit?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm just going to give the brief synopsis of how he screwed over each of these people. With his friend Harry, he had directed some low-budget movies, but he had wanted to turn a book into a motion picture that a lot of people had trouble with. Mm-hmm. Jonathan gets the funding to do this, but completely screws Harry out of his directing job by getting a higher profile dude to do it.
Yep.
Georgia, she gets a part in the movie.
Yep.
And it's all good, and she's in love with Jonathan.
Yep.
Then on the night of the premiere, she discovers that he's cheating on her
with some other lady.
He kicks her out of the house. He doesn't try to chase after her or anything.
Yep.
With the writer, it was more sinister, babes, because they need to work on a script. He gets the writer out of town and somebody to hang out with his wife. And what I'm thinking is going to
yes.
So what I'm thinking is going to happen is either Jonathan is going to take the wife away, or the other guy is going to fall in love with the wife.
Oh, that was James Lee Bartlow.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's nice. But you know what I'm saying? And instead what happens is the wife ends up dying.
The wife, yes, exactly. I thought maybe that she was going to end up cheating on her husband.
That's what I just said that.
I know. But I just wanted to confirm that that's what I was thinking too. Bubs.
And then basically we hear these stories because the guy who owned the studio calls them all in and says Jonathan wants to make a picture with you, and they all start complaining about him and their working experience.
Yes.
I love the ending of this movie because it's such a thing that you could imagine artists doing, where they all walk out of the room while the owner of the studio is talking on the phone with Jonathan, and Georgia picks up the receiver and gives the other guys, the two guys there, an opportunity to listen in on what's going on in the conversation, implying that they walked out of it, that they could probably be swayed to go back to doing the picture.
Yeah. I did like the character of Rosemary Bartlow. She was interesting.
Yeah.
And so was her husband.
Mm-hmm.
I seriously thought that something was going to happen, and she went bye. And remember that one part is like, well, your wife is dead. Let's get back to work. Like, he didn't even think, oh, I'm so sorry your wife is dead. You take off of work. He was like, I'm sorry. There's nothing you can do about it. Let's get back to work.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's terrible.
This was a really good movie.
I thought maybe I had a feeling that he had something. He was behind the scenes of Rosemary dying. Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
He didn't want it to happen, but it did.
It did, yeah. So sad.
I like this film a lot.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
I'm surprised more people don't talk about it.
I know. Lana, remember that one scene where Georgia, I guess she's played by Lana Turner, she was kicked out of Jonathan Shields' place, and she was driving in her car, and she was just going completely crazy.
And this is how you can tell it's good writing, because if this film was done today, she would have gotten into a car accident, and the writer's wife would have just cheated on him.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are very into obvious writing and things that the audience can put together a mile away. The fact that they take these kind of left turns says to me that the people who wrote the script really knew what they were doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in the beginning, I thought she had her issues too.
She did.
Yeah.
They all did.
They
all had their issues when they enter Jonathan's life.
Yep.
And it's about how he kind of helps them get past that and also ruins them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But Kirk Douglas is so good in this movie.
Yeah, he was. And this goes into believability.
Mm-hmm.
This film is completely believable to me. There was no point where I'm watching this movie where I'm like, that could never happen. I believed every part of this movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because that's how messy being in the media business is.
But it's real life. Like maybe you're not going to meet somebody who's going to put you in a big budget movie, but you could easily meet somebody who's your mentor and then does something to screw you over.
It doesn't even have to be a mentor. It could be a friend.
Exactly. Well, in his case, I would consider him more of a mentor to these people.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A mentor / friend.
Yeah, and they can completely take advantage of your relationship.
In some cases, yes. In some cases, just not take your feelings into consideration.
Absolutely.
But this film, yes, it's about movies, but if you're somebody who is a truck driver,
Mm-hmm.
you can relate to this. If you're a teacher, you can relate to this.
Absolutely.
Because it's about people who are in movies, but at the end of the day, it's about people who have a relationship with somebody, and the movies is just the excuse to have this relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and the same thing could happen in the music industry.
Yeah, the movie industry is the backdrop that gets you in, but the characters come out of everyday life.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I agree.
great movie.
Yes, it was great.
Great movie.
Yes.
We've already established that we would give this movie probably an 8.
Yes.
Would you recommend this film to your family, and if so, how do you sell it to them?
I don't think I would have to sell it to them. I mean, all I would have to say, hey, Kirk Douglas is in the movie. Maybe they'd watch it.
They're big Kirk Douglas fans.
Well, they're familiar with Kirk Douglas fans, whether or not they are. I mean,
They know.
They know who Kirk Douglas is, but whether or not they're big fans, I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe I should have said it that way. But I think all I have to say is, hey, there's a young Kirk Douglas in here. Maybe they'll watch it.
Yeah, he's great in this. He's great in Paths of Glory.
Yes.
I mean,
who did he play in Paths of Glory?
He was the commanding officer,
right.
The one who tries, not the head dude, but the guy whose subordinates are killed. In the trial.
Now that you mentioned Paths of Glory, yesterday was Veterans Day, right? And yes. I was just thinking about the movie Paths of Glory and how it was such it really makes you think.
Yeah.
About the people that are that were being drafted. And in the movie it really shows like some people were drafted in the movie anyway. Some people were drafted that didn't want to go and they were just so scared of dying. I mean, it really makes you think about stuff like that. And
Kubrick directed it.
Yeah.
Telling movie. Every Stanley Kubrick movie I've seen, with the exception of Doctor Strangelove, I've really enjoyed. And I'm in the minority on that one. Most people consider that film a classic. I'm like the only one I know who doesn't.
Is that like a really bad sci-fi movie?
No, it's a comedy about nuclear war.
Oh, okay.
And to me, it's not. I didn't hate it. It just didn't really make me laugh.
Okay.
Yeah, but every other film I've seen that he's done is like a masterpiece. Really.
It wasn't as good. It wasn't as funny as like Young Frankenstein.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. And that was a weird movie.
Well, to give you an example, when Don't Look Up came out, a lot of people were comparing it to Doctor Strangelove.
Oh, okay.
Because it's about like the end of society, how politics plays into that.
But Don't Look Up was like really, really funny though.
Yeah.
Funny, but also kind of disturbing at the same
time. And that's how Doctor Strangelove was meant to be. But for whatever reason, I just didn't resonate with the film.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I do want to watch Eyes Wide Shut at some point, and it is on Netflix. Oh. But Kirk Douglas, honestly, I knew who he was, but until recently, I just thought of him as Michael Douglas's dad.
Oh, I knew who he was. I just didn't know anything. I just wasn't familiar with any of the movies he did, especially the older ones.
I knew movies that he was in, but I never really watched them.
Yeah, I can't believe he lived to be 104.
Yep.
Wow.
Checked out right before the pandemic started. He had great timing. Yeah.
Well, he had no control over when he was going to go.
Oh my goodness.
He was an old guy.
Old.
Oh, now let's see if Michael Douglas lives to be that old.
Yeah, he's got to stop going down on this.
Oh my goodness.
He does.
Didn't you say he admitted that on the Howard Stern show or something?
He's never been on Howard Stern.
Oh, okay. He admitted it when?
He was on some interview, I think with the magazine, and he said that he got throat cancer from going down on women. Oh my goodness. Which you never want to get throat cancer. It is a very,
really
very
horrible,
serious thing.
and it's a horrible way to get it too.
But it shows that Michael Douglas is a good lover who cares about his partners.
Oh my goodness!
And Catherine Zeta-Jones would probably wash up a little bit.
Oh,
now give me a kiss,
Bubs. Oh, that's disgusting.
Give me a kiss.
Well, not only did he get throat cancer, but he also was diagnosed with bipolarism too.
Ouch.
I know. I remember that too. I'm like, oh boy, it's gotta be really, really tough.
Well, maybe that's why she doesn't watch down there.
Bubs!
Now, babes.
Bubs, don't be disgusting.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Ah,
I love you, babes.
Bubs.
But no,
Come on, that's just whoa.
for real, The Bad and the Beautiful was really good.
It was.
I highly recommend it.
It was for sure.
Yes.
Now, I unfortunately wasn't too awake for the next movie we watched called Red Dusk, which was kind of a weird movie.
It was weird. I did enjoy it though. I thought it was pretty good.
I enjoyed whatever I remember of the story, but I think I'll let you handle this one.
Okay, I'll make it very quick.
Okay.
They're in Asia, I believe China.
Mm.
I could have that wrong though, because I was falling asleep too.
Yeah.
I saw the movie.
Yeah.
But I wasn't completely there.
Okay.
I didn't fall asleep during it, but I was,
okay.
thinking about sleep.
Yeah. And
Clark Gable owns this farm. My stomach said something weird. That sounded really bizarre. And that came from me, babes.
It's a cat.
Oh my goodness.
It was mewing.
Okay, what else?
I'm just kidding.
And people come on and off of the farm. At some point, your girl Jean Harlow gets there.
Yep.
They end up making love.
Making out.
It's implied that they did more than that. But you don't see that in the film. It's
obviously
implied.
not, yeah.
Sometime later, I think it's actually the next day, a guy comes there with his wife.
Yep.
Now, the guy had caught a fever.
Yep.
And Clark Gable is also a doctor. So he says, this man is going to die if you don't help him out.
You had to give him bromide.
Yeah, says this to the wife.
Yeah. And then it was implied, it was implied that she was going to have an affair with Doctor.
Well, I was going to say, yes, she has an affair with him.
Yep.
Husband gets better, helps with the farm, and there's a night where it gets really, really rainy. And pretty much now everybody on the farm knows that Clark Gable has had sex with this woman except for the husband. Yeah. There's one point where he's hanging with the husband and he's telling about this is what life is going to look like in like 10 years. Clark Gable tells him to shut up, goes back to the farm, starts drinking with Jean Harlow. Mm-hmm. It looks... I thought he was forcing himself on Jean Harlow.
Oh, did it? Really?
But from the way she acted afterwards, it may have just been that they were starting to get together. And it was like a playful thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
She leaves the room for a minute. The wife comes in. There's a commotion. She ends up shooting Clark Gable.
Oh, that's right. But he survived it.
Yep. Husband comes back because he had heard this rumor. And Jean Harlow and them all kind of say that, she was defending herself against Clark Gable. They leave the next day, and Clark Gable is being read these children's stories by Jean Harlow.
Like, are you? I thought that was a funny scene because he's like, am I expected to hear all these bedtime stories?
Jean Harlow has a lot of charisma in this movie, and
yes.
Is she like the hottest woman in U.S. history? No. But you could tell that for her time, she was a very attractive woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She kind of plays some crazy characters. Like, she played a crazy one in Bombshell.
Yep.
And she plays a crazy one in this one.
Didn't she have a small part in... oh, God, what was that movie? It was like a 1930 film about a gangster.
Was it Public Enemy?
Yeah, it was Public
Enemy.
Yeah, I think she has a small part in that one, too. She's good. I like a lot of her stuff.
Public Enemy wasn't as...
It wasn't good, but she was good in it.
I remember she was in that one, yeah.
I want to watch more of her films.
Maybe we could look for one tonight, bud.
That's possible. See something starring Mean Jean Harlow.
Mean Jean Harlow?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Alexa, when was Jean Harlow born?
Jean Harlow was born on March 3rd, 1911.
Wow.
Well, she died really young, too.
She died, I think, on my grandfather's birthday in 1937. So that would have been March. That would have been June 5th, 1937.
Wow, she was super young.
Let's see if I have that right. Alexa, when did Jean Harlow die?
Jean Harlow died on June 7th, 1937 at the age of 26 years.
Okay, so she died 2 days
young.
After my grandfather's birthday.
Young. She could have been a star.
Yeah.
Super young.
Like, think of how crazy that is, babes. Mm-hmm. She died when my grandfather, who passed away from Alzheimer's a couple years ago and COVID, was 2. That's how long she's been dead for. That's how long this lady's been gone for.
So he was born in 1935.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
She's been gone for a minute, babes.
I know.
Yes.
Okay, so he died at the ripe old age of 85.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes. Of COVID and Alzheimer's. But that she's been gone for that long. And she has a really strong presence in this film. I like Clark Gable a lot in it.
Yep.
But Jean Harlow really shines in this movie.
I would agree.
They both gave great performances.
They did. I don't know who played Mrs. Willis. I forgot what her name was.
And everybody else is good. They're just not at that level.
Yeah. She was good.
I really liked that they didn't downplay Clark Gable. Like, he tells the wife at one point, hey, I'm not going to just be with one woman.
Uh-huh.
You know, it would have been so easy for them to say, this is the 30s, let's cut that part of the dialogue out. Or let's not have it to where the wife actually cheats on her husband. But they don't do that. Now, this is also a pre-code movie. Because I think the Hays Code took effect in like 33 or 34, if I'm remembering right. So this slipped in right under that.
Oh, and if we didn't mention, I don't think we did, the title of the movie is called Red Dusk.
Well, I thought we did talk about that.
I don't think so.
Oh. It was really good.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good for what I remember being awake for, because I was really tired.
It's not a perfect movie. Some stuff could have been explained better. Like, if this is a farm, how did Jean Harlow just happen to get there?
I know.
And he's a doctor, Clark Gable, but he also owns a farm. So there's some flaws in it.
Yeah.
But I did like it. I'd give it a strong 7. What about you?
I give it a 7 too. A strong 7.
Yeah.
The other The Bad and the Beautiful was better.
Yeah, it was.
But this is a strong 7, and there were some funny parts to it also.
I liked it.
Yes.
Would you recommend this to your family?
Yes, I would.
What would you tell them?
I don't know.
You like this movie? I don't know why.
No, I don't. This is kind of like a more of a comedy. It seems like
there's a fair amount of drama in this film.
There is a fair amount of drama, but there are some funny parts too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Both Jean Harlow and I don't know who the other lady was, gave really good performances, and so did Clark Gable.
Yeah.
For what I was awake for. Oh, good, yeah. Yeah.
I haven't seen that many Clark Gable movies.
I know.
I mean, obviously, Gone with the Wind. We saw It Happened One Night. This and maybe something else.
Was it Mutiny on the Bounty?
Yeah, Mutiny on the Bounty.
That was a good one too.
Yeah.
Maybe we could look for some Jean Harlow and Clark Gable stuff tonight.
That's possible. There's also that new Netflix documentary about black culture that's supposed to be really good.
Black cinema?
I think it's about black cinema. It just came out today, actually.
Oh.
And it's getting really good reviews.
I will think about that.
Okay.
Yes.
Babes, did you have any dreams last night?
Yes, I did. It was very strange.
Tell me.
Are you okay?
I'm dying, No, but tell me.
Are you okay?
I'm dying of Kona.
Oh.
Of COVID. And Kona coffee. I've had too much Kona coffee.
You don't even drink coffee.
That's why I'm dying from it.
I love the smell of Kona coffee, though.
Yes,
I did have a weird dream. I don't know what house I was at. It might have been mine. It might have been my aunt's house. I don't know. But I was trying to get away from this guy that at one time was my friend and his wife and kids.
Oh.
And I won't get into the story about how he was in my life because I've said it before. But they were going to go somewhere at, I don't know, like 12 o'clock. And he was getting the kids ready. I don't know how old they were. And his wife ends up in the kitchen talking to her son. And I'm like, I got to get out of here. This is just weird. And then I wake up.
Nice.
Yeah, it was very strange. And the weird thing is that I've had 3 dreams with his wife in my dreams. But I don't even know this woman, but you know how sometimes when you have dreams about people that you've never met,
yeah,
but you hear about, it's odd to me.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was my dream. I don't know why I had it, and that was that.
Very good, babes.
Yeah. But you didn't have any dreams, obviously.
No, I told you I haven't been able to really. I think I had one yesterday, but it left as soon as I woke up, and I haven't had any that I've really retained since the start of COVID.
Oh my goodness.
Since the start of my COVID, not since the start of the pandemic.
Right.
But Well, babes, I know that you got your pink sweater on now.
It's green, I think.
No, it's like a pink sweater.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was green.
Well, you're blind.
Well, I thought it was green, Bob.
Okay.
I
still love you.
I thought it was green.
I still love you, babes.
Maybe there's another one that's like this that looks green.
Maybe.
I heard this was a nice sweater.
Yes.
Hey.
Is there anything else you want to discuss?
Why did you talk about my pink sweater?
I just brought it up because in 30 years I might forget what you're wearing.
No, you won't.
Or in, I don't know, 200 years when somebody's listening to this. It'll be
I don't
more
even know
descriptive.
if this world is going to be around in as far as like I don't know if there's going to be anybody alive in 200 years.
There might not be. According to ALC, we got like 12 years, so.
Well, less than 12 years now.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, according to her, which I think is completely laughable that...
Well, maybe I shouldn't have brought up the pink dress if we're going to be gone in like 11 years, but you know.
No, AOC doesn't know what she's talking about, but anyway.
Oh.
Does anybody really know what she's talking about? Because I don't.
Well, definitely not Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Hey!
What? What?
Yeah.
What?
She's a lot more coherent than Miss Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Miss Sandy Cortez from New York Town Heights.
Well, I guess maybe she is more coherent. I guess the yoga teacher really helped her out when she was cheating.
Yeah, maybe AOC's white boyfriend is a lot more coherent than she is.
I'm her white boyfriend?
No, not you.
Oh, why do you have a problem if she has a white boyfriend?
No, I don't have the problem that she has a white boyfriend. It's just that she said some pretty racist things, and I don't know. It's just
Marjorie.
Okay, we're not talking about them.
Hey, Jews people.
Okay, enough. Okay, we're going now.
No.
We're going now.
Here's a question.
No.
All right. Doesn't Marjorie Taylor Greene talk about Jewish lightning a lot?
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does. I've heard clips of. Ouch! Here's a question.
Enough. Okay, we're not talking about them.
Okay.
Please.
All right. Well,
I know you want to go on and on and on about politics.
all right. Well, I love you, babes.
Okay.
All right.
Bubs.
All right, I love you, babes.
Ugh.
All right, give me a kiss.
Okay. Do I have to?
Well, it's either that or we talk about
Okay.
Miss Green and
Okay,
Jewish lightning. All right, or you can give me a kiss.
Okay.
Mm.
My goodness. What am I going to do with this boy?
You are going to take everything I say as the gospel truth.
But it isn't.
Oh, do we know that for sure?
It isn't.
I don't know.
Bubs.
But I love you, babes. Or you could just give me some chocolate and we'll talk about the gospel truth thing later.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I will give you chocolate in just
good.
a minute.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, we got to wrap this up.
Okay.
All right, so give me a kiss. All right, bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.